Yeah, what'd they say?
What the haircut?
Hmm?
Yeah,
right. Yeah. Your hair was pretty long. That photo that you got with the students and stuff is, yeah, the hair's way longer there.
Yeah.
Good though.
It looks right, yeah. It looks like it comes out of it.
Yeah. Fresh look.
It's a fresh look,
Yeah. Lockie, what's going on? We're here. Let me just chuck this across to the 360 boys. I can't do that. I can't say that. What's happening, people? Hope you've had a decent week. Got Watson just hanging around. They recently moved in. Watto
G'day, boys.
introduced me live feed or live video. Shout out to my cousin Joey and his mate Archer. Hope they're going well. Hope you fellas are tuning in. And yeah, hopefully this is all coming through. There's a new laptop, which you might have known about after the very late press conference. Spilled a little bit of water on the laptop, so you get that. I can't say that. So yeah, it's a bit of carnage. Lockie Jones is out, does me head in. All I want is 1 week. 1 week without something that I go, okay, might have a zero there. Yeah, nice. Flynn is back. That's promising. I do like that. We'll just let the numbers build up a touch, get a few comments and questions rolling through, and then yeah, we'll get stuck into about a minute or so. But yeah, feel free to ask any questions, obviously about Supercoach, but footy, general banter, Shorty's all for it. Hopefully that posted all good on Supercoach 360. Yep. Cool. Let's get stuck into it. Yeah, thanks, Lockie. I got there eventually, mate. Jesso, evening, mate. How are we, Bo? G'day, Jono. What's happening, mate? Good to see you. Yeah. Lockie Jones out. It's out for about a month too, which is frustrating. I brought him in last week. I'll tell you what, anything I touch turns to absolute trash. So, and beware, I've brought in Gorn this week. So, hopefully, I don't put the Shorty Moz on him. But G Saucy, what's going on, mate? Do you love a question? Good. Yeah, fair. Liam, wonder what's worse, your team or the defence carnage going on? Probably my team.
Show us your team, Liam. Show us your team.
Yeah, how are you travelling, Liam? You going all right, mate? But defence carnage is real. We've got Ridley out. We've got, Daniel, obviously, he's back now, but that was carnage. And Jones, and what's Highmore doing? Is Clark going to play? Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot happening. John O'Carroll says, Daniel Rich thoughts. I know Watson would say absolute All-Australian.
Daniel Rich is an All-Australian form. The Lions have been going average, and he's still smacking it. He's getting 30 touches a game, 28 kicks, 900 metres a game per game, mate. Jump on him. You can only improve from here.
Need I say more? Need I say more? And Corey, evening, mate. What do we do for Lockie McNeil? Well, I did see he was dropped. I'd be probably looking to downgrade, but I dare say he probably hasn't made us too much coin, has he? You might. There's probably no need to absolutely jump on doing anything just yet. It might be Finlay McRae or something like. Yeah, look, he hasn't made you much coin at all. Probably at what is he? 184. It's probably not even worth a trade, mate, to be honest. If you go down, it's, 50, 60K in your bank. It's probably not even worth it. G'day, Aiden. How are you, mate? I can't put it too close to the laptop. Bo, I got CJ and McRae for Ridley and Bailey Smith. Yeah, nice. Don't want to hold Ridley. I guess not everyone can, but I mean, he's going to be a keeper. He'll be back in 1 or 2. Something to think about. Strangers, Mansell, or Bo. Look, I do not even know them, mate. They're 2 guys I haven't really. No, Mansell is Richmond, right? Sorry, mate. I'm not up to scratch on that one, but feel free to shoot through another question that I may be able to comprehend. But Jack Watson, can we get a wahoo for your return of Lockie Neal to Supercoach relevancy? I need 1 more week, mate. How do you even do that?
You do it every time we go in.
Oh, what? When I'm like, woohoo!
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, well, what did he score? Like 150 odd?
No,
Yeah, he did look like he was back.
Agile.
He did, didn't he? He did look good. Joey Danaher as well.
Yeah, 25 Aussies.
Yeah, that was nuts. And John O'Carroll is writing some Brisbane Lion thoughts. Jared Lyons thoughts. Well, I don't think so. Even you probably wouldn't say for Supercoach. Yeah. No, I don't think so, mate. I don't think so.
You could have unreal games, but I don't trust him to do it all.
Yeah, that's fair. And Jono, as a Saints man, is Tommy Highmore coming back? What is the go? What is the go? We need him. Aiden, do you think Tex will be a keeper? I don't think he'll be a keeper, but I think he'll be a pretty respectable forward option, given a lot of our forward options as premiums are not the best. So I think at the moment you could probably just keep him around, see what he does. He was obviously running super hot at the start of the year. That was always going to plateau. Calf.
He was limited by a little calf complaint.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Couldn't jump.
Really? Gee.
I'll be injured.
Yeah, right. Okay. I wonder if he'll get up.
I don't know how it's going, but he couldn't jump on the weekend. He was still playing. But
yeah. You don't want a calf, that's for sure. Yeah, but I think we don't have a stack of forward options in terms of premiums, do we? So there's no need to trade him out or anything like that. Teddy Banks, Walsh or Neal as a better keeper for the rest of the year? Well, I think Neal would be your guy. I mean, Walsh is hard to refuse. I mean, I think you're probably going to win with both of them. Walsh is probably your next-gen sort of guy. And I guess your only question on Neal is he fully fit now? Is he good to go? So the weekend would say yes. We know sometimes backs and that type of thing, you can be great 1 week and then the next week it flares up a touch more. But I think you'll probably be winning with both. Max, hey Shorty, who is a premium defender to pick up for Daniel? I have Laird, Short and Ridley, who I will hold. Any thoughts? Well, Daniel's back in town, so I wouldn't be getting rid of him. If you've still got him, then I'd be just holding fire on that. But look, of the guys you've named there, you know, I still think Callum Mills is a pretty handy option. Jake Lloyd could be a guy. He's drifted a touch. I mean, he's probably fallen 70 or 80,000. So, and he'll probably fall a bit more. I think he's break even about 150. So, he could be someone you look at as well. Global Sports Card Investor. It's some sort of name. Appreciate you, brother. Well, thank you, mate. Appreciate your work. Thanks for jumping on board. G. Saucy's back. Goulden for Neal or Walsh. Yeah, it seems like a popular, or at least a couple of questions about that. You're probably winning on both fronts. I mean, Walsh could be a premium mid for the next 5 years, probably will be. Where Neal has been a superstar for years, and now our question is more about what's his body doing. So if you're convinced that Neal is back, he's fit, he was hampered early, now he's good, then I'd be going with Neal. Jono, Jack Watson on the way, loves it. I think Jono's a fan of the big Watson.
Good, Jono. Good to hear.
Ethan, Sam Berry is out, I think. Yeah, I did see a little whisper about that. Yeah, carnage continues, doesn't it? Absolutely continues. It's no good. If you've joined us from AFL 360 Supercoach or the Facebook page, just drop us a comment. Let us know if that link is working all good. It'll be interesting to see if we get a few decent numbers tonight, because I reckon a few people probably are still at footy training with the old Thursday night teams. So a little bit of an earlier one. I know last week we were at like 9 p.m. and that was rocketing. So I'm still sort of playing around with which days and times are kind of the best way to go about it. Jackson, Shorty, what's happening with the Sydney rookies getting rested? Yeah, righto. Is that which ones exactly, mate? I mean, you'd imagine Campbell's probably in line. Yeah, interesting. Let me know. I mean, I think it's an interesting one because probably Goulden and Warner have certainly made us fantastic coin, and they're probably ready to go. Campbell he's just really stalled, hasn't he? So big game for the Swans, though. I think it's a bit of a tester, I reckon, considering their injury list. Liam ranked about 1,200, so going all right. Just a low-key flex there. Nicely done, Liam. Good man. Gary, you got to trade the unperforming mid-prices, Shorty, to value premiums Neil and Mitchell. Yes, I do, mate. It's all in the works, mate. If I certainly want to, but this is probably the first week I've had the opportunity to actually do what I want to do, as opposed to do what I have to do, because every week there's just been trouble upon trouble, and even last week, I mean, I've got DeGoey, I've got Jones, I've got Berry, so there's continual issues. But yeah, I will finally be getting rid of a mid-pricer, or two mid-prices, up to Oliver and Gawn. So it's a process, mate. Sometimes I wish I could just make 8 trades in a week, but you can only go 2 by 2. Freak show. Can't believe how fooked your luck has been this season. Speechless. Sal, thanks, mate. I'm glad you see it as well. I mean, no doubt about it. I've made some shocking calls. I've made some calls that have just been poor, haven't worked. But yeah, the luck as well, just a little bit of fortune, just hasn't been Shorty's year so far. But we'll keep chipping away. Brian, do you think Brayshaw Freo is a good straight up swap for Scott? Yeah, I do, mate. I actually think Brayshaw could be a really nice sort of M8 option. He's had 5 games, 3 really nice scores, 2 really poor ones, bit of tagging and whatnot. So I think he's a really good option. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's still probably got 1 price dip. I think he's still got that 48 part of his 3-game rolling average. So you might be able to pick him up cheaper next week if you can afford to sort of wait. SDS, g'day, Shorty. Hope you're well. Thanks, mate. I'm going all right. Hope you're going nicely too. Jordan Clark to Caleb Daniel and Jeremy Howard to Callum Mills. Smart moves. Yeah, definitely. Like, I think, honestly, I think if you're looking at bringing Caleb Daniel, I wouldn't do it this week unless you absolutely have to. I like the Mills pick, but is there another defender that you can maybe look at? Because, I mean, I'm all for it. If you like Caleb Daniel, fair enough. He's a star. But you're going to cop 2 price tips immediately. So I know you might not be able to afford to just hold Clark in your side if he doesn't play. He's a chance to come back. He's a medical sub, and, now Dangerfield's out, so he's half a chance. But it's just something to think about. And Global's back. I thought I brought in Danger for Butters after I just bought in Butters the week before. No way. That is brutal. I feel like this year more than others, we've just copped absolute shit like that. I totally get you. I'll bring in Jones, think I've got a lovely little money maker. Boom, he's cooked. And there've been other ones. Real frustrating. There would have been people who held Dangerfield. Probably not many, but there would have been some that held him through his suspension. So that would have been a savage blow. I mean, on the other hand, I know there is a lot of carnage, but there is a lot to like in terms of fallen premiums. You know, if you don't have Ridley already, he's going to drop heaps. Caleb Daniel going to drop heaps. Even Jake Lloyd, you know, he's going good without going great. He's going to be very affordable compared to his starting price. Callum Mills, I've mentioned him. In the midfield, you know, Andrew Brayshaw coming into a really nice price bracket. Clayton Oliver, ripping price bracket right now. Even Andrew Gaff, you know, I know it's not that sexy, but if you just want an M8 sort of option, I think the closer we get to Elliot Yeo and Luke Shuey coming back, the better it is for Gaff. I'm not exactly sure on their timeline, but and then in the forward line, you know, keep an eye on Steele Sidebottom. I reckon he'll have a pretty nice Anzac Day, and he might be a nice little get the week after. Rowan Marshall, he'll be back, and he'll be on the price drop as well. I know Dangerfield is ages away, but he will be a nice upgrade probably in like round 15. That's looking a long way ahead. And Zach Butters and even Isaac Heaney, two guys in sort of the 2 to 4 week bracket that we might be able to get on the cheap. So there's a lot to not get too excited about, but there's a few things to just give us a little bit of hope that our teams could be better in the future. DMAC, Pryor or Mansell? I'm gonna have to just look up some scores here. When you don't have some of these rookies, you really don't look too close at how they go sometimes. So let me have a little bit of a look. I might just shut my door, Jack. You'll have my door open, mate. Who are we looking for again? Pryor. Is it Ryan Mansell? I don't know. Ryan with a H. Okay. 43 and 50. I wouldn't be getting too excited about that. I mean, particularly in Richmond's side, you know, he's every chance to just be out of the team at any moment. And he's not exactly going to make. And Jackson with an X. Holy shit, there's some names going on here. Oh, shit. What's going on there? And Pryor with a 23 and a 65. Yeah, look, doesn't get me too excited, to be honest. Of the two, I'd probably preference Pryor, but only just, mate. Two youngsters that aren't going amazing in pretty strong outfits. So I just wonder if we're better off for, you know, maybe waiting for McRae or just waiting for options. I know it can be easy to just pull the trigger, but those two guys, they sort of look at me and they go, oh, they could be dead weight rookies in like 3 to 4 weeks. Aaron Chapman, Lockie Jones, don't have him but needed him to replace Ridley. Help. Yeah, well, you won't be alone, mate. I think I'm probably going to have to do a separate video about what to do with our defence. In terms of Ridley, look, when do the Saints play? I think we're going to be flying the flag for, dear God, save us in terms of bringing in Tommy Highmore. You might just have to cop Kaczynski. You might just have to pray that Jordan Clark comes back. At least we'll know that tomorrow. And I can't quite remember when the Saints play. But this is the thing. I just wish we knew the teams now. Thursday night, why can't we know the teams? It's so annoying. But look, mate, if I were you, if you can avoid a 0, I'd be keeping Ridley. I really would. If not, then it's probably just going to have to be a straight swap to another premium. Gary, you going, mate? He's going Goulden and Clark to McRae and Neal. Gee, nice. Wow. That's some sort of, or is that if that's Finlay, then fair enough, nice little downgrade. If that's if that's a couple of upgrades, gee whiz, you're going nicely there. Thanks for everyone who's jumped on board too. We're smashing up over 50, which is good. And I'm hoping sort of once we get past sort of 8:30 or so, we might just be able to nudge into the 80s. I reckon there's a few people who are just knocking back a few home cooked meals in the Thursday night teams. So I reckon Thursday night with footy training, maybe Shorty might just go a little bit later on the old start time. Could be food for thought, but yeah, thanks for everyone who's jumped on board. If you're enjoying it, feel free to give me a thumbs up. If you like anything specifically talked about in the weekend preview or the video that I'll probably do it for tomorrow evening. Yeah, feel free to let me know what you'd like to see. Now, where is Spooky Mookie? I haven't seen him yet, and he told me it was his birthday today. And Shorty said, Spooks, this is my gift to you, brother. I'm going live on your birthday. Come on, I rushed out and got a new laptop. I've been downloading Movie Maker and all sorts of shit. Where are you, mate? Hopefully not far off. Bo, Max Gawn or Brodie Grundy for captain this week? Oh, look, they should be your VC and your C, I reckon. I haven't looked at the exact arrangement of the games in terms of how they fall. Let's have a look. But oh, geez. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Grundy's up against just woeful rucks. Richmond's aren't that crash hot, but let's have a look. If you put the VC on, I guess for me it was clear to put the VC on Gawn because I've still got Caldwell, so I can easily use him as my loophole. But if Highmore doesn't come back, we can make him our captain and loophole. Brockman, loophole. Sam Berry, loophole. 2 Sunday games. Lockie Jones, captain loophole. So I reckon you should be able to VC Gawn into Grundy, worst case scenario. But if both of them don't score 120 plus, I'd be surprised. But everything Shorty has touched has turned to absolute shit. So me bringing in Gawn, beware. All Gawn owners, beware. Shorty's got him now. Nathan/Blake Maher. We're rolling a little joint account there. Was thinking of trading Hickey to Grundy. What does Flynn have to score to wait a week and bring in Brayshaw early? Let me just dissect that. Was thinking of Hickey to Grundy. What does Flynn have to score to wait a week and bring in Brayshaw? Well, Flynn still has an extremely low break even. So I'm not sure if you have him by what you are saying or not, but he's still got a break even in -34. If I were you, I'd be bringing in Grundy. If you can go Hickey to Grundy, I'd be doing it. And I'm presuming that will give you Gawn and Grundy. So I'm thinking that's a goer, mate. And I would, if you can, I'd wait one more week on Brayshaw. And look, you can mount the case when Adam Chera comes back. I know that's like more around when the buys are, but there are a lot of players that have copped injuries early. So there will be some cheaper rookies coming up, premiums, I should say. But if that hasn't answered your question exactly, mate, feel free to shoot me another, and hopefully I can do you better. Bomber, do you like Sam Walsh for top 8 mid finish? Oh, it's pretty hard to not. I mean, he's a star, isn't he? He's a ball magnet. He gets from contest to contest. Whether he ends up top 8 or top 10, I think he's a reliable selection now. I really do. Probably early on, I was like, oh, I'm not sure. Don't know if can he keep this up for a whole year, but he just continues to deliver, doesn't he? So it's hard to argue. Jono with a little Saints update. I say as a Saints supporter, Highmore will play. The changes will be Highmore, Jones and Marshall in, and out goes Long, Webster, and Hunter. Well, I like that, and I know you have a good insight to the Saints. So thanks for that, mate. I know he played well in the VFL, so I hope so. A&K Sports. I got in Jones last week, and if I keep him, I will have 0 on the field. Is it worth trading him out for someone who is playing or to hold and cop a 0? The age-old problem, eh? Do you make a trade that's pointless and keeps you up at night, or do you cop a 0, which is pointless and keeps you up at night? So it's a tough one. Look, to answer your question, if you're up and about in the rankings and you want, if you're top 2,000, whatever, I would probably look to avoid the 0. If you're just in there going, look, I just really want to beat my mates in the league and stuff, then you might cop a 0. But it's really, really disappointing, the timing of the Jones injury. You couldn't write it any worse. My general rule is always prioritise avoiding a 0. That's my general rule. But yeah, we're really not making any money. It's a really awkward trade. So I would try and avoid a 0, but there's just slim options, isn't there, mate? Very slim. So hopefully you can, hopefully that's some sort of help to you. Archer, here we are. Joey's mate, what's going on? Hey, Shorty, got any good downgrades for Jordan Clark? Because I think I will be copying some donuts in the back line this week. Also, hold or sell Josh Kelly. Yeah, thanks for the question, mate. Hopefully you were smashing some PBs in the gym with Joey. He is a bit of a small fry, old McGregor. But let's start with Josh Kelly there. I would hold, but he's just not the selection we were hoping for, is he? He's just not what we were after. But then again, it seems on face value that there's more concerns than Josh Kelly. He was heading for a pretty average score before he kicked the match winner last week. So I would hold him, but gee, I'm not sure what's going wrong with him, as Watto just returns. As for Jordan Clark, I haven't looked super deep into the downgrades, but there doesn't seem to be a stack, which a few people have already asked questions about. I would be trying to free up some coin for an upgrade, because while there's not too many good downgrade options, there is a few nicely priced fallen premiums. Lloyd, Mills is one. Jaden Short's still relatively achievable. So, yeah, like I said to the other fella, if you can avoid a donut, I would. But you probably won't be alone in having a fairly big battle on your hands to try and avoid that. And look, I could be in the same boat. Most of us will be hoping Clark does come back, and Highmore for that matter. Curtis, should I go early on Finn McRae for Paddy Dow or wait until next week? I would probably go. I know he only scored 40, but he did have 12 touches in the last quarter, which not too many guys in their first game have double-digit figures in a quarter. It shows what he can do. There's a lot of opportunity in the Pies midfield. So I'd be getting rid of Dow, mate. I think McRae's going to be a good option for us. And hopefully that can allow you to do something else too with your side by freeing up a little bit of coin, not much. Jackson, apparently Goulden, Campbell, McDonald and Warner all rested, was in the New South Wales paper today. Well, holy shit, my side is cooked. Fair enough. Wow, okay. I'd be tipping the Gold Coast off the back of that just about. That's really weird. I would have thought that, I know it's Gold Coast, not exactly a marquee game, but they're not easy to beat, the Suns, on their home deck. I would have thought that's a pretty crucial 4 points, but yeah, fair enough. Well, if they're all out, then you'd really be pulling the trigger on any one of those three that are pretty popular, and a few might have McDonald's. So, yes, but Warner and Goulden, they've been awesome for us. They've done their job. They've made, 200K, maybe a bit more, a bit less. Been really good for us. Dan, what do you reckon about Ridley? Bench and play the rookies. Thanks, mate. Thanks for your question, mate. And, thanks to everyone who's jumped on board so far. I'd be holding him. If you can avoid a 0, yeah, it hurts a little bit to play a rookie for 1 week, but, you just sit back and you pray that they can pump out a 60 and then you just go to bed and sleep at night. So I think Ridley will probably miss just the one. Concussion's pretty tough to get a gauge on. Just depends how he's sort of travelling in his own circumstance. But nah, I wouldn't be trading him because you want him at the end of the year. You want him for most of the year. You'll just be looking to get him back at some stage soon, I would have thought. Benny T, hey, big fella. How to? ? Got 530K in the bank. Let's open up the old Supercoach and have a little look for you, mate. But what's Callum Mills? Is he about 540, maybe? You been to your bathroom yet?
I'm not even stressed because you want to tell sign what as you go in there myself.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. Haven't had a shower then.
Not happy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good man, son.
Smoke screen, bro. Smoke screen.
Is your mic on?
Is my mic on? Yeah. Watch your 6, mate. Watch your 6. Put your floaties on, brother. That's my new one. Put your floaties on.
You spew absolute garbage. You do.
Swim between the flags, boy. I lost track. What was I doing? 530K. Well, there you go. Callum Mills, 526. Jaden Short, 522. I know he dished up a 74 the other week. Probably isn't exactly what you're after, but Jack Bowes, again, had a bit of a quieter week, but might be something to think about. Now, here's one as well. I was talking about blokes who've fallen in price. Stephen May, something to think about. From memory, he was off pretty early, so he wasn't even scoring that good beforehand. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, to answer your question, mate, I personally would toss a coin between Mills and Short, I'd say. But either one of them, I think, would be good work for your side. Matthew, should I get Bo McCreary? Butchered that. That's the young Collingwood bloke, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think someone asked me about Bo earlier, and I was like, yeah.
Who's the last name, please?
Yeah. Stop disrespecting the subs, bro. I can't wait to embarrass you in the basketball game.
What basketball game?
We're playing that basketball game.
Which one? Because of basketball game.
No, with the little shooting ring out there.
When practicing.
I expect, like, when I'm filming, keep this same to same.
I've been practicing.
Good. I practice every day in the gym. I'm just like, fuck that.
Nah. Hit the gym.
I had to buy a bigger top.
Show on your legs.
Show
everyone your legs.
No. Anyway, back to the questions. McCreary went 56, 58. I'd say his job security is pretty handy in a Collingwood forward line that sort of needs some youth, needs some spice and vigour. So, what was your question? Yeah, if he's on the bubble, of course, I think jump on him. Like, I don't know if he'll be decent or should I just go early on him, Finn McRae. Yeah, well, look, if you're really deciding on McCreary or McRae, giving me an absolute mouthful there, I would go McRae. You know, one's on the bubble, one's not, but I think both have great job security. I think McRae has better scoring potential, and there's a fair bit more hype about him. So, yeah, particularly with, like, Adams out of the side and Goey out for a little while now. So, I reckon he's a good option. Tim, how you going, mate? Thoughts on Josh Battle as an option? Oh, gee. I'm going to look at his numbers, but I dare say I would not have considered him in the world of Supercoach. 359, scores of 96, 113. Nah, not for me, mate. I mean, look, if you're looking for a, injection of coin and just a a bit of fun for a couple of weeks, maybe, but I don't think he's a great long-term option. His first 3 weeks were pretty average, pretty much more what he would do normally. I mean, if you look at his career, 67, 71, I don't think – I think he's just a bloke who's not overly cheap, not going to be a keeper. He's not for me, I don't think, mate. Gary, A&K Sports. Oh, yes, he's just outlining the loophole. Good stuff. Aaron, need a defender under 530k. Any suggestions, Shorty? If not, I need a rookie defender, but with Jones out, looks a touch dry. Hope all is well. Might be heading to Geelong Hotel in a few weeks. See you then, Mr. Geelong Hotel.
Don't call yourself that. You're not. You're not even Geelong Hotel in our group of friends. Johnny goes way more than you.
True. I'm Mr. Homehouse.
Last time I saw you at Geelong Hotel, you're getting kicked there.
When?
Oh, you should have been kicked there. You couldn't get to the door. You were trying to crawl through.
Oh, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
When was I doing?
Basically trying to crawl through. I'd turn you around and take you to the actual exit.
Big difference between nearly getting kicked out and actually getting kicked out. Big difference. Yeah, wow. That was a mistake, wasn't it? No, Mr. Homehouse now, bro.
Yeah, let's go.
You should have been there on the weekend.
I'm on a detox.
I turned into a gremlin.
I'm on a liver detox.
Nah. Just drink smoothies for a week and then come out.
Yeah, mate. Mate, Geelong Hotel.
Okay. Hope you guys heard that, mate. But yes, Aaron, I hope so, mate. I don't know if I'll be out. Oh, you said in a few weeks anyway. Yeah, I dare say that's a very good chance. And I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but 530k was the exact number that the fella said before. And yeah, I think Mills and Short are your front runners there. So thanks for the question, mate. Yeah, if you see me out, feel free to say g'day. If you see Watson out, probably just the hell are you doing? I'm not going to describe what you're doing. It's fucked. If you see Watto out, just be careful. He's a loose unit. But legit, we should film that basketball thing.
I'm trying to school you.
You better.
You saw it last time.
So this is the guy, right? So I'm thinking, like I said, the best of 5 sort of thing.
Horse. Let's play horse.
Just when you get a channel, you can play your own game. But I'm thinking the main bit about it is we have it agreed on dare before, like when I had to run random underwear.
Okay.
Agreed upon dare, different dare each way.
Yeah.
The loser obviously has to do it, but also a bit like beer pong, has 5 shots at redemption.
Okay.
5 shots, you got to get 3 or more to avoid the dare.
Okay.
Anyway, can't wait for you to have to eat the chili.
Easy. Well, I'm kind of bored, bro.
Also, I've had rave reviews on my new laugh. Thanks for the comment.
Your fans want super cash.
Yeah, true. But this is how I break it up, break it up with a bit of banter. Sammy, what's going on? Rowbottom coming back this week. What do you think about him as a potential trade in next week if he has another good score before his price rise? Let me suss him, mate. Not one that I have thought about. Talented player. What? The Spooky?
Joshy Neville.
Josh. All right. Spooky hasn't commented. He told me it's his birthday. Oh, shit. Yeah, okay. So Ray Bottom, 117 to start the year. Been out, coming back. But at that price, mate, I'd probably say no. He's just a bit expensive, a bit too expensive. So, yeah, I'd have to say no. But he's certainly a guy that is really seeing an upward trend in his numbers. Banana Bad, some sort of name. Should I go Goulden to Andrew Brayshaw? Yeah, nothing wrong with that, mate. Apparently.
More drafted Mangle.
Apparently lots of Swans. I was saying that most of these Swans youngsters are getting rested. So, yeah, like I said, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure Brayshaw is still going to cop a little bit of a price dip. Who you got? loss.
For him. Oh, Matt, he's gone away.
Really? Okay. Yeah, so Brayshaw's still got a lofty. Oh, it's not even that lofty because he's pretty cheap. So he's still got that 48, but he's pretty cheap anyway. Fair enough. So his price is probably going to stay similar. I just thought because he had that 48, he might drop again, but it's actually not that bad. So, yeah, I'd be doing that, mate. I think Brayshaw, he could be a star. Well, he's a star right now, but he could be a guy that we regularly talk about picking as a premium in the future. Can you go onto the AFL 360 page and see if my link works?
Yeah.
Thanks. Stuart, would you hold the goey? Nah, I wouldn't, mate. I mean, I will this week, but nah. I mean, he's been trash. One of my worst ever selections. And not only was he going poorly, far out, man. I thought I did it the same. Fool. All right. Is that your new laugh? No wonder I had no engagement there. On the old... No, I've got engagement on the channel, bro. On the Facebook page. You fucker. Stop trying to get new laughs like me. Oh, this on size. Oh, boy. Let me know if that works. So, yeah, get rid of Degoe, mate, would be my advice. Lukey, thoughts on Mansell? Yeah, I probably wouldn't go near him. I don't think he's quite got the job security and he isn't exactly tearing it up. So I'd probably look elsewhere. Braden, what do I do with Lockie Jones? That is the question of the night, isn't it? And you're not alone there, mate. I would just assess what comes our way. Personally, I'm just going to wait. You know, unless another good rookie comes up, then I'll just see what I can do. But at the moment, there really isn't much we can do, which is tricky. But if it's going to cause you a zero, then we might have to get creative. But yeah, it's real tricky. Aaron, Zach Reid in defence also. That looked like it worked, yeah, what?
Yeah, commented.
But does the link work?
Real commented. Link works.
Did you say Grant Birchall? Far out, man.
Awesome Birchall.
It's a no from me. This guy. Zach Reid stats.
Bro, he got smacked last week.
Someone's asking, mate. Someone's asking.
I'm telling the bloke. Eric Hipwood became a man last week playing with Zach Reid.
Eric Hipwood has smaller calves than me.
Do you remember Zach Reid's first kick?
Yes. Yeah, as what I was outlined, he's only played the one game. He's more expensive than other rookies. I probably wouldn't be doing anything just yet. Talented, obviously, but we might just see what he does. Second up, Jeff Rooster, solid name. Could have Goulden 10th. Oh, I misread that. Could have gotten 10th this week, but I looped on McRae and had Waterman over Rowe. Still got 2-3-7-7. Wowee, on fire. And he follows it up with Butts and Clark for Neil and Jones, or Sharp for Jones. Get Ridley next week. Butts and Clark for Neil and Jones. Yeah, I would be definitely looking to get Ridley into your side pretty soon. I mean, you've sort of mentioned I presume you're bringing in Neil and Jones. Well, Jones is out for a month, so that is something you might want to change there, mate. But otherwise, downgrade in general terms, yes, that's a good idea. Ethan, you reckon Jacob Kaczynski will play this week? Yeah, I do. I mean, when he came back into the side, scored okay. I don't know if he played okay. Only had the 9 touches, didn't kick a goal, but we can only hope, mate. We can only hope. But if he doesn't, oh, goodness me, just add it to the carnage, hey? Cameron, howdy, Shorty. Thoughts on Clark to Jaden Shorty and any suggestions on how we can force Brett Ratton to play Highmore? Convince the bloke to say, oh, my God. See, my cousin Jaden Short, clearly.
You're not running anyway.
Clearly, football talent runs in the family. Who?
Emma Watson?
Not cousins.
What are you saying, Jaden?
But actually,
not the Richmond player.
Fair. Heckle. Yeah, you're right, mate. I don't know what we've got to do to get Tommy Highmore again, but for goodness sake, surely it is this week. And in terms of bringing in Short for Clark, then, yeah, that's a good one. I mean, Clark may or may not play, but it's fair enough that he should go. A&K Sports, talking to Gary. Bo, I have Josh Dunkley as vice-captain. Yeah, I mean, he's fair call. I mean, not everyone will be able to loophole Gawn. So Dunkley's, he did it last week. He's always capable of a big one. Lane Cost, g'day. Also have Butts and Clark. Should I get Neil and Al Jones this week or get Ridley next week? He's in the top 600. Nicely done, mate. Well, obviously not Lockie Jones because he's injured, but some form of downgrade because, yeah, I think bringing in Neil is a great option. And so, yeah, you'll need to open up some coin to do that. It's not going to be Jones, but, yeah, that line of thinking is a good one. Matt Galloway. Aggressive comment from Matt. I can't really read it out. No, just the beers for me, mate. That's about. Just need the alcohol for old Shorty to be jumping off the walls. But Matt Rugg Galloway was getting involved in some. What's your latest movements? Or should I say, are we Ant-Man or not? What? Get on it, boy. You pumped it up. You played all that music. And... Yeah, nice. Running a bit of Tinder Gold, or?
I'm not paid for it, but I'm not you.
Oh.
They don't tutorial here.
Tutorial? What?
Let's get you ready, and then let's start.
What's your main photo going to be?
Probably profile for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Power move.
I would talk to you.
Yeah. You make. Yeah, true. Aaron, how you going, mate? Also, I want to get McRae in this week, but I need to trade either Tommy Mitchell or Cripps. Any thoughts? Gosh, I wouldn't be parting ways with those sort of primos. I mean, I know Tommy Mitchell didn't exactly light the world on fire on the weekend, but he's been okay. And, what's Cripps been doing?
He's going to score 20.
You could mount a case for Cripps going, actually. He's just not the guy he was previously. Yeah, look, mate, I'll be going Cripps. I mean, I did it earlier in the year, just with those niggles. I thought all the media was sort of saying he was back in a bit of form, but hasn't really translated to scores being that better. Joe, defence has been a nightmare this season. Ridley getting concussed and missing this week is the icing on the cake. Yeah, 100%, mate. I mean, it's been an absolute shocker. And we sort of knew it too. We knew it was coming, and it's just continued to be exactly that, an absolute nightmare. Mashed potatoes. Imagine if Laird doesn't play. Mashed donuts of all flavours. Wow. Are you just painting a worst-case scenario, or is there actually some doubt? Because don't give Shorty some sort of headache. Jackson, what to do with Cripps? Yeah, true. Just sort of outlined. Well, I kind of thought he was back in a little bit of form, but obviously not. Still scoring like 80s, 90s. It might just be time to part ways with Paddy. Jake, Shorty, how are you, mate? Good to have you on board. Jono's back. Check Messenger and let me know your thoughts on him as an option. You couldn't have just typed it, Jono. Interesting. Lockie Whitfield, interesting point. Is he playing right now? Was he playing VFL? Very interesting. Yeah, I think he's definitely a guy that's sort of gone quiet because he's been out for so long. But prior to the injury, he was probably one that would be most of our first selected defenders, him and Laird. So, yeah, let's keep an eye on how he goes. Yeah, good. Seb. Yeah, Josh.
Corey Blackledge.
Oh, it's Corey feeding me.
He's got your
Yeah, good. Seb, I've got Highmore, Jones, Murray, and Ridley. Wow, all very touch and go. With Ridley and Jones out, I've got 100K in the bank. What rookies come in and who goes out? Gee whiz, that's a headache, mate. Well, you'd be waiting to see if Highmore plays. Is Murray? You said he's touch and go. Oh, look, I'd be holding Ridley. I'd be holding Highmore. You might just have to get rid of Jones because you're in a desperate battle to avoid videos. And same said for Murray. But look, there just isn't a hell of a lot around. This wait to see what the teams bring. But you might, in that instance, you just might have to cop a few zeros. If you've got a few trades up your sleeve, you might be able to trade out Ridley, bring him back sooner. You know, you might be able to trade him down to somebody and then upgrade one of those rookies to someone. But then you are causing yourself a bit of mid-price madness just to avoid some zeros on 1 week. You might be better off long-term just saying, look, this is going to be a shit week, but by having a shocker this week, I'll probably benefit myself down the track. I mean, that's what I had to do sort of last week. If I wanted to score slightly better and, avoid some zeros, I could have, but they wouldn't have been efficient trades. So maybe just ask how many trades you've got and then maybe make a call on whether you can, maybe just burn a couple. Whereas, hey, Shorty, what's your thoughts on getting Neil back after giving him the arse? It feels like getting back with an ex just That's good. Yeah, fair, mate. I'll get you. Yeah, no, we can bring Neil back. I think if you're convinced that he's back in town, then send that cheeky message off. Josh, don't want to get too sexual in your live stream, Shorty. But who would be the better route in your opinion? John Patton or CJ? Well, statistically, it looks like John Patton. I don't know CJ's. I don't know CJ's numbers. Yeah, I think CJ would be more like a guy. He sort of lights a candle, buys you dinner. I think. Huh? Oh, Supercoach draft. What? Oh my God. Ish. Yeah, John Patton. Yeah, a bit of a weapon. Yeah, he's full on. Yeah, Lane Cost just coming round to the Lockie Jones news. Corey, is Mansell a good choice for Cozzy? Again, I've sort of mentioned, he's on the bubble, he's playing, but he strikes me as a bloke in a Richmond side that just could get dropped at any moment. But you might have a better read on it than me. Probably not my cup of tea. But Zach, replacement for Jones, someone instead of him. This is obviously why a lot of people are mentioning some of these not so good rookie options, but they're better than a zero. I'm probably going to have a closer look at it for when I do my video tomorrow, because there isn't a natural upgrade because he hasn't moved in price. It's tough, mate. I'll stay tuned for my video tomorrow. I'll have a bit of a deeper look, and try and give you a bit better an answer. Corey, short is amazing in a gun, and you need a better teammate. Start again and delete the team, Gorn and Grundy. Jeez, Corey, you've been on my side for so many weeks, and now it's just turned on me. Jeez, okay. TS, Shorty, how are you, bud? Would you consider going McCreary early or Finlay McRae? I'll be going McRae, mate. I reckon that he's a better option. Both are solid options, but I reckon McRae's got more upside. Noah, hey, mate, sure you have already answered, but Neil or Walsh? Yeah, that one's come up a little bit, and I think you're winning on both fronts. I mean, I feel like Walsh right now is a safer pick just because Neil, it's 1 week and with backs and that sort of thing. I remember when Tommy Hawkins had a back concern, 1 week he said, I had a good week on the track. I was fantastic right for Saturday. Other weeks, not so good. So you'd love to speak to the doctor at Brisbane, but Walsh is probably the safer pick. But to Neil. Yeah.
Neil's back, bro.
It's 1 week, mate. Yeah. You would think he's back, but there's a chance that he is still depending on the week.
Okay. Neil scores 124 this week.
All right. Okay. Deal.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're dealing on, but Matthew, where are we? Matthew, hey Shorty, how come my did you read that? Hang in there, brother. It's not all about that. It's above Corey. Corey, hey mate, get longer hair as you have a big forehead. Yeah, look, I think it's all about the angles, Corey. I mean, yeah. Now bring that banter when Shorty has his goal kicking comp with his subs. Boom. Shorty will take you to school. Really? No, because I poured water over it.
Still not working?
No. No.
Right.
You serious? Wait. See if it says hard. What's it called? Hard drive not installed or something. If I just spent $900, actually that'll be good though because there's some stuff on there I need. Mr. Pissy Pants, hello. Do you do shout outs? Oh mate, I just did. So I hope you're going all right. I haven't seen your name pop up before, and interesting choice on the name, but hey, I respect it. Okay. What? No, she doesn't even live close. Werribee. I don't really travel for that.
You've been further, bro.
Freak. Back on the Supercoach front. Jack Watson. Corey, mate, I wouldn't be shit talking Shorty when you've got a North profile pick. That's fair. North are absolutely down the trash, mate. Oh, I skipped Jamie. Hey, Shorty, I'm ranked 114. If you need any tips, just send me a message. Love ya. Look, mate, I might need to actually. Yeah, I need all the help I can get. Leo, is it worth getting rid of Warner and Goulden to get Oliver? Only way to get to him. Yeah, it is. It is, mate. It's still not working, bro. Oh, all right. They've done their job, mate. They've done their job. They've been perfect cash cows for us. So, yeah, I'd be doing that. Bro. Oh my God, don't bend it like that. Fuck.
That's fucked anyway.
Yeah, but if it's not fully fucked, I can like get some nerd to look at it and get the data off it and shit.
That's the hard one in the screen.
But if you snap it, like, I don't know. I'm not a computer expert. Morris, Taranto or Zeeble? Gee, that's an interesting one. I'd be going more Zeeble, to be honest, the way he's been going. Yeah.
I'm a staunch non-advocate.
Yeah.
Of Zeeble, but he won me over.
Yeah. Nice comment. Hashtag new laugh. I'll be going Zeeble, mate, particularly because he's a forward. I don't think Taranto's going to be a top 8 or 10 mid, whereas Zeeble looks like being a top 6 to 8 forward. Bro. It's fucked. You just sit over there doing weird shit while I'm trying to get my professional on. Lankos is back. Why are people getting Finlay now? Why not wait a week? Well, you can. I mean, sometimes you just need to find a rookie, and he might be the best option next week. He might be the best option this week. So I understand waiting. I wish I had waited for Lockie Jones, but that's how it goes. Max, do I trade Cripps and who to? Yeah, I think it might be time for Paddy to go. And what's he priced at? 504. Well, if you've got a little bit of coin lying around, I mean, you just want to find a premium, and I think probably let's try and get Clayton Oliver in, I reckon. People will be talking about Walsh and Neal quite a bit this episode. So there are a couple of names to think about. Probably depends how much coin you got floating around. Snatch, you ever accidentally cut down any trees with that sharp jaw?
That's a good compliment. Sharp jaw is.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take sharp jaw. I mean, sometimes you have a big forehead, sometimes you have a sharp jaw. So
you have a sharp jaw, but doesn't solve all that dribble.
Beautiful. I wonder if all what's this trash talk is actually coming across. Is that your new laugh or what? We should go to town and purely do new laughs regularly.
Town?
Yeah.
JH?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I'm Mr. JH. They're like, whoa, is Shorty attending? Yeah, he's doing the 1 a.m. set.
Oh, on the D there.
Yeah, but you need me there. You need me there. Where are these? Where are these at, bro? These don't sit well. Yeah, the nose thing's too small. It's weird. Yeah, it's not my nose. I bought it for $2. That's what you get. That's what you get. Oh, is Elton John here? Piano man. Sam, will Tom Highmore or Cozzy play? I reckon Cozzy will definitely keep his spot, and Highmore sounds likely. But look, we're really just guessing here, mate. There's a chance. The odds on call is one of them will play. There's a chance both will, but the way we're going, there's a chance both might not. So we're just gonna have to wait. Seb, thoughts on trading Campbell or Berry? Well, yeah, I definitely think they're two guys that just haven't quite hit the heights that maybe we had hoped. And look, they might not be in the team either. So you can definitely make a good case for that. Yeah, nah, I can't believe how bad you're doing this year, Shorty. He called me Shotty. The ultimate disrespect. Yeah, nah. Yeah. Fair call though, mate.
Okay.
It's going trash. So yeah, it's not ideal, mate. It's not ideal. I had the biggest preseason of my life. Probably, we've hit the heights of highest ever subscriber count. And then I have my worst year in my 10-year Supercoach career. So that's a bit of fun. Brian, is it time we slowly offload the Swan rookies now? It is, mate. I think no matter whether they get rested or not, I think Warner and Goulden already entered that sort of category, and Campbell is struggling. So I reckon that is definitely a good point. Morris, keep Jordan Clark. No, I wouldn't be doing that. Look, if he plays, it's probably a bonus with all the carnage we have in the back line, but I'd be looking to upgrade him, maybe Mills, maybe you hold him and get Ridley in down the track, or maybe you want Caleb Daniel to drop a touch. So he's not a must get rid of, but the real awkward thing could be if he's the medical sub again. What? I can't wait to embarrass you on video. Bulging. Bicep, that was. That was a bicep. It was a bicep.
Not bad, but,
when are we watching Ant-Man? Just after 9 or something? What time are you working in the morning? Bro, I don't know your friggin' hours. I didn't know. I do.
What, when do you start school?
I wasn't sure if you were contracted like after school care or no. Get out of my room. Get the hell out. Yeah.
I'm taking this.
Not my Survivor thing.
You are the weakest link.
It's the tribe has spoken. Oh, let's straighten up, hey? I reckon I'll go maybe another 20 or 30 minutes. We've had a bit of fun here, not all super coach seriousness today. Watto provides a nice little bit of banter, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. But I'll do my very best to get to most of your questions. Simon, hey, mate. Hi, Shorty. Simo here. Love your work. Where's the best site or app to see who is named the medical sub as soon as they are named? I like that. It's sort of a little educational question. Thanks, mate. I hope you're going right too. For me, I just always log on to the AFL app or the AFL website. The website itself, and I'm sure the app has a similar news thing, it'll often have, 40 minutes before the game or something, that you'll often see final teams, and that it'll normally have either their final benches and a medical sub, or if there's any late changes. So, yeah, that's definitely where you're going. Lane costs, Tizzy, your mom. Yikes, my team is projected 2440. TS, do you think you will finish top 100K? That will be some achievement the way your team is looking. Mate, I'm still going for the top 20,000. I'm still gunning for it, but look, I mean, I'm going to cop it. My team's going shit ass. What more can I say? But not too much more could have gone wrong. So surely it's only upwards from here. But look, I still plan on, I'll put it this way, I've had a disgraceful opening 5 weeks. Let's just hope for a little bit of luck, a little bit of decency over the next couple of weeks. Who's to say I can't have a good final 13 weeks, It's not going to equate to a top 1,000 finish, but I'm still hopeful I can, certainly work my way back and maybe go okay in a couple of leagues, but we'll see how we go. Brian, lol, you do not trade premiums, just burning a trade. It's Supercoach 101, just stick with Cripps. Well, is Cripps a premium, mate? That's the question. We already know he's injured, and what's he averaging? Barely 100. He's averaging 92. So, he's been going 5 weeks, top score of 109. You can mount the case he's not a premium anymore. So, I told you to get out, boy. It's right there. You got some work to do, boy. Oh, my God. It was like 3 minutes. All right. Animal. Lankos, rank 1K.
That's the question.
Got 2,377 with captain on McRae not gone and Rowe on the bench and Waterman. Yes, could have been 2,481. Well, you're going quite nicely, mate. So I envy that. Nicely done. John Smith, your super coach season is still better than your sex life. Than my sex life. Oh, gosh. Oh, shit. Oh, Johnny, get back in the game, son. That's all right. It's okay. It's okay, John. I didn't think too much was worth in my Supercoach side. So, Otto Day. Is Bond, McRae, Oliver, Boak, Brayshaw, Gordon, Powell too much money in the midfield? I mean, at this point, mate, you want money in the midfield. I mean, you want to just be going as many guns in there as you can. So, that's fine. As long as you're not sort of really exposing a stack of rookies elsewhere, that's fine. Lachlan, thinking of trading out Gorn to grab some cash and trading back? Nah, we're taking the piss there, aren't we? Surely. Don't be trading out Gorn. The only reason you trade him out is because I've traded him in, and I've cursed just about every player I've brought in. But no, that's no use doing that. And Morris says, go the Hawks. He's a Hawks man. Blankos just smashing out his team there. He's looking the goods. He's feeling it. He's feeling it, Lankos. Although he was living under the rock, he didn't even know Lockie Jones was out. Come on, mate. Sam, how do you go with the ladies? Gee, we're getting personal here. No, I can't answer those sort of personal questions. Shorty's just a guy out at Geelong Hotel searching for love. That's just how I roll. Craig, is Witherden worth taking a punt on just going by his first game? Probably not. He's not that cheap, really. I mean, it's off one game. Do you think he's going to be a premium? Look, the biggest positive out of this is that when Shannon Hearn retires, I reckon Witherden is a lock. But when Hearn comes back, he's going to get diluted again. And, that's what's been keeping out of the side. So it was a stunning first up performance, but I don't think, maybe give it one more week at the very least and just say, Josh, Fife or risk on Neil? I'd probably go Fife just for comfort. I think Fife is still flying. I know Neil was back and on fire, but it is just one game. And like I've mentioned before, backs concern me. They concern me, mate. They can be really fickle. We'll sort of go to just after 9 or something like that. So hopefully I can get through the majority of your questions. But, it's been a bit of fun tonight. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. And let me know if there's anything you really want to hear in my video tomorrow. Feel free to let me know. If you reckon there's a perfect time for me to do my weekly live session, let me know as well. In fact, I think we've nearly almost caught up, have we? That's cool. I'll keep smashing it there. Max, I have the Bond in mid and Dunks forward. Would it be stupid to bring in McRae, or do I go someone else? No, it wouldn't be. I mean, I think McRae is an even better option than Bond. So the way the Dogs are playing, look how they're averaging. You could definitely have them all in. I know it's kind of breaking the rule of thumb a little bit. It's only natural to be like, Jesus, if the Dogs have a bad day, but I don't know if they're going to have too many bad days. So I would normally say if you had 3 in the one club in one position, that's pushing the friendship. But you might even just assess the buy structure before going so many. Holty, hey, Shorty, thoughts on a cheap rookie to trade in ranked 422? Yes. It's creepy as fuck. I bought it from... Put it back! That's fucking... I know, it's from an op shop. It's haunted. So Watson's just moved in. And, he's been pranking me. He's been pulling a couple of pranks. Yeah, they're funny. So, I'm in the op shop today. Pull out this freak. Look at him. That is freaky, bro. Look at the look on him. And his feet, pointy feet. He's possessed. Kind of freaks me out because I bought him from an op shop. So there could be spirits and stuff in him. Anyway, I hid it in his bathroom. So, perfect 1-2 punch would be to knock on his window at about 3 a.m. this morning or coming up. That would be just the ultimate stitch up. Where was I? Holty. Hey, Shorty, thoughts on a cheap rookie to trade in ranked 422? Well done. Instead of Jones. Gosh. This one is killing people, isn't it? The Jones one. I've been asked it that many times. I'll just open up Supercoach and have a quick little look at the risk of sort of being a real boring minute or so. Let's have a gander. I mean, there's a chance Jones comes back in 5 weeks, and I know it's a long time to wait for a rookie, but I personally wouldn't trade him unless you're really going to cop a 0. nothing really north, is there? It's trash up there. People are looking at Reed. That's why people are looking at Pryor. Onnings down there, but he's not really setting the world on fire. Yeah, it is slim pickings. And there's Mansell. Yeah, look. I mean, clearly that's why there's been a lot of discussion about Mansell and Pryor, but I just think they could be dropped at any moment. I really do. And they're not even scoring that well. I know it's a tough one, but let's just assess it. Take the freak back. Take him. Oh my God! Don't knock him. Hide him somewhere. Just not in my room. Did it scare you? His face is. Yeah, his face. It didn't. And he's a bit mangled. Because I went to the op shop with Nan today. I was like, oh, I'm getting this. And I was like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not cute, man.
We were watching videos of this kind of thing.
Yeah, so look, what do we do with Jones? This will be a main focus of my video tomorrow. If you're going to cop a 0, then you might go Mansell or Pryor. I don't like them as options. In 2 or 3 weeks, they could be dead weight rookies, but they might save us for 1 week. If you're not going to cop a 0, and hey, we might be given a gift in the teams. Highmore might come back. Clark might get named, and we could be like, thank goodness. But if you're going to cop a 0, then yeah, a guy that we don't rate that highly and is only given us 50s is better than a 0. But I think if you're not going to cop a 0, then let's just be patient and hope something bobs up down the track. Josh, hold Ridley or trade for Stewart? I'd be holding him. Again, it all depends if you're going to cop a 0, but you're going to want Ridley at some point again. So I think it'd be a bit sort of sideways, a bit wasteful of a trade because he'll be back soon. And he's got Cripps this year. By watching me. Oh, no. Oh, mate, I'm sorry. I am sorry. Yes, look, I hope some of you still have some faith in old Shorty. I'll be back next year. I'll keep trying. But, yes, there were a few selections this year which, if you took my advice, it wouldn't have been overly helpful. John Smith, which rookie to get instead of Jones? Well, hopefully I just answered that one for you. But stay tuned for video tomorrow. Sam, thoughts on Collingwood Nathan Murphy? He is back and playing this week. Might be a nice replacement for Jones. Okay, there's one. I'll be definitely doing some research into that one. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Miss Donna. Yeah, fair enough. Interesting little comments. Langus. Oh, Langus here. How are you, mate? Thoughts on choice between Withers and Scholl? CJ, my friend, yes. We did exchange some messages today. Look, I'd rule out CJ. I think the ship has sailed. I don't think he's a keeper. Do you, Langers? I personally don't think he is. He's not that cheap anymore. I think he's got break even at 70. So I'd rule a line through him. Witherden is the only one out of those guys who I think could be a premium, but Hearn's going to come back. What does that do to him? And Scholl might be your injection coin. I don't think we're going to keep Scholl for much more than a month, but I think he's got to break even at 1. You might just bring him in and say, look, I'll bring him in now, and I can bring in Ridley once Scholl skyrockets. Ridley goes down a bit, or skyrockets again. Daniel goes down, or maybe Lloyd goes down a bit more. So it just depends what your plan is, mate. If you got a fallen premium in mind, Scholl could be a guy. If you just want some solid numbers, then maybe Witherden's your guy. But just beware when Hearn comes back. And I'm not even sure on the timeline. Sam, what's your favourite brew? I'm not a beer guy. But look, if we're talking drinks, I do like a Jim Beam. And lately I've been getting just a little bit of Malibu. Get your pineapple juice, mix it up, and all sorts of fun. Craig, what happened to Jones? Yeah, he's injured. I feel like it was an ankle, I think. So a bit severe. Otto, trading out Goulden and Warner. We'll have 675K in the bank. Who should I target? One rookie, one primo. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'd be getting in Oliver. And look, it could be Oliver and McRae. It could be any combination. But you're right. Definitely your primo and rookie is where to go. There's not too many rookies that are just screaming out to be selected. So you might be able to upgrade with that much coin in the bank. You might be able to upgrade twice. Like you might be able to go, whoever it is, you might just hold some money in the bank for next week if someone suits you. But look, I would say this week, Oliver, Brayshaw are looking really nicely priced. And we got another Sam. How you going, mate? G'day. Do you want my Supercoach team? I'm 1%. I can give you my login details if you want, just to help out the channel. Oh, thanks, mate. Oh, you're a good man. You're a good man, but I'd never do that to you, mate. You keep kicking along and feel free to keep me in the loop about how you going, mate. No, yes, it's Supercoach has pissed me off this year. There's no doubt about it, but I'm not going to sit here and throw the towel in. Yes, it's do I always love reviewing my team after it's gone shit once again? No, I don't really enjoy that, but it's it comes with the territory when you're doing this channel. You sort of just got to front up. So to go, you told me to trade out Hunter Clark. Well, don't know what he did, mate, but look, at the time it was a fair call, and I don't know if he's going to be a premium anyway, but if I've done you wrong, Shorty's no Supercoach wizard. He just gives his own opinions. Miss Donna, what do you think of Joe Biden? Politics is not my strong suit. So with all due respect, Donna, I'm going to just steer clear of that one, try and focus on a few things that I'm a little bit more well-rounded in. Some would argue I'm not well-rounded in Supercoach. Craig, got any ideas on what to do with Dangerfield? Do you downgrade to a rookie or do you upgrade to a primo? I'd be just getting a primo in, mate. Maybe wait a week and bring in Steel Sidebottom. Could be an option if you don't have Dunkley, Martin. They're options as well. But, yeah, definitely primo looks good. Xavier, best replacement for Tom Hickey. Well, gosh, if you don't have Flynn, which you probably do, he's back and it's a little sideways-ish, I know, but that'll give you an injection of coin. But realistically, you might just want to try and get to Gorn or Grundy. I don't know if you can. Let me just check something. Here's an interesting one for you. If you really can't reach those guys, Riley O'Brien. And I know I'm not saying do it, but if you're like, God, I'm going to cop a 0 and I don't want Flynn or something like that, Flynn's probably a guy because he's on the upward trend. He's pretty cheap. But Riley O'Brien's a really solid ruck and he's lost a little bit of coin. He could be a stepping stone towards some other guys. Langers, Liam Stock, I wonder what should be in this week. 186K defender. This is what Langers brings to the table. That is good stuff. I heard them talking about him on the radio, and I'd totally forgotten about him. That is good. Definitely keep an eye on him. Ben Derrick, hey, mate, we're chatting throughout the week. Hope you're well. What's the best rank you have ever got in a season? Also, I'm 5,000 ranked. Do you think I can still make top 10? Nicely done, mate. Best I finished, I think it was in the mid-1000s at one point. But, yeah, that's where did you say you're ranked? Yeah, look, top 10 is, top 10's tough from any bloody position. But where you're ranked at now, you're still a good chance to have a really good ranking. You can still improve that. I don't know if you can finish top 10. That's tough, but you can definitely still shoot up the ranks from there. It's still really early days, really. Craig, Joe Biden, isn't he a dog small forward? Craigie boy. Supercoach Orba, would love to give you my team. I can give you my login details. I currently ranked in the top 50, 25 trades left. Nicely done, mate, but I'm not sure if you're working in unison with the other fella trying to give me the team, but no, you just keep hacking away, and Shorty will keep hacking away in the in the Peasantville as well. NJRO, jump off Tex with the injury cloud. Well, yeah, wouldn't that be interesting? I mean, calves are a bit of a nightmare for the older folk. I'll just wait and see what the diagnosis is, because if he does have a calf concern, then, yeah, we should be concerned. Otto, wait, is Lockie Jones injured? Yes, he is, mate. He's out for 4 weeks. Sam got 2,400 this week. No Gorn, captain, and Waterman on the field. Oh, yes, far out. That's a pretty damn good score, mate. Well done. Rightio. Sam just got Dunkley as well. Campbell, nicely done. Nice. I reckon we might be winding this up pretty soon. The Goey, surely hold the Goey. I reckon he's a bit biased there, the Goey on himself, but just put your phone away, mate. Goodness me. Luke, what do we got? Ryan or Stewart? Feel like Ryan is priced really well at the moment. No Geelong bias. No, I think you're right. You're free. They're mine, eh? Great. No Geelong bias at all, mate. I think they're both very good picks and both similar outputs. Therefore, I think, let me just check. I remember looking at Ryan a couple of weeks ago and he just wasn't on fire but solid. Oh, yeah, he went bang last week. Yeah, I'd be getting in Ryan. Yeah, just that sort of price point. So, yeah, good little selection there. Craig, they talked about Langers on the radio. They talked about Liam Stocker on the radio. But Langers he's no stranger to a call to SEN. Xavier, is it too risky to play Flynn with no extra bench coverage? Well, look, we might not have a choice at the moment, but no, you can definitely have Flynn on the field. I think soon we'll really be hoping that Marshall gets going a little bit and we can hopefully have an R3 that's dual position and then Rowan Marshall. Get your trash out of here, boy. I'm not asking for it from you, mate.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're taking over. I'm getting bashed here. People have talked about my forehand.
Yeah,
they reckon my haircut's out of work.
I'll put the lemon out there.
It's a lemon game. You got to catch the lemon. How was footy? Yeah.
Jones not playing?
What's he done?
No, he'll play.
He's in the team.
Yeah, he's in track.
Really?
Yeah.
What, his shoulder?
Yeah.
His shoulder?
He's late.
He's late.
He came for the meal.
Ultimate disrespect.
Anyway, Bondi Supercoach 2022. I'll actually teach you how to maybe win your league. You know, I think Shorty's still probably second bottom or last.
Bro, you picked your team off my advice, and somehow you're going better than me.
My team's better.
It wasn't with the classic since before round one. So,
same game multi on Anzac Day too.
I'm never following any of your same game multis again, so you never win.
I'll promise you a win this Sunday.
You promise me.
Yeah.
If you don't,
Run around the block in my underwear.
So I'll put $50 on.
$50.
you heard it here first, guys. We're going to video it and we're going to put
We're
it
live
on
streaming it.
when Shorty does not come through with the multi and he's got to run around the block and he's underwear.
On to Watto Supercoach.
It's a two bets, profit overall. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, what's the profit overall? Is it profit overall?
So if one fails and one wins, as long as we
As
make
long as I
profit.
profit.
As long as you profit, that's what it's about. Yeah, cool. It's
Done.
$20 each bet.
$50 each.
been a while since I've had 3 people in my room.
Usually it's 2 other blokes. So
What? You're free. Did you show Bondi the thing I bought? Show him. Could be haunted.
Why?
Bought it from an op shop too, so it could have been. No way.
And then is that one freaked out because the door smashed?
Yeah, actually it was.
I was cooking dinner and I was like, the door lock's there.
Miss Donna, nice. I like that. SebTube, should I trade Cripps to Brayshaw? Yes, I would, mate. I would do that. He's just not firing Cripper. Dylan, Shorty, bloody hell, mate. Feel for you this year. Your team is fucking horrible. Good. Fuck off, Watson. What are you doing? Mate, it's tough times. Jordan Clark, Mate, I've been talking about this for an hour and a half, and you just. Lockie Jones is tough, mate. I don't really know.
I'll get rid of Clark or Jones. Now my
yeah. I don't really know. I mean, Clark might play.
What's that? Talk about that, Richard Blake.
Mansell, yeah. A lot of people are talking about him, but I don't know. He could get dropped at any point, I reckon. Yeah.
3 4 weeks.
So, yeah. If you're going to cop a 0, mate, might have to do something. But Tommy Highmore might be back in town, maybe. Yeah. And hopefully Kaczynski plays, but Dylan, he backed it up. He says, my team is fucking horrible, but last week you're a ripper bloke, so I'll still watch you. Here's to turn it around, mate. You boys would agree with that. Shorty's a ripper bloke.
No. Well, I've got some damn short.
Oh, that had some pace about it, mate. That's for Shorty's after hours live stream. So. No. All right, back to the Brian. Holy shit! Of course, Bondi would actually go through. Get the hell out of here, boy. I haven't checked Facebook yet. No.
One is coming in, yeah, it's all that.
Really?
Sequel.
Really?
With the crowd about another.
Okay. How I Met Your Mother lost me a bit.
It's so much better than Friends.
Bullshit. The Office is superior to both of them, and Scrubs. Scrubs.
The Office is the original. It's funny.
You've never watched it.
The only thing I've ever seen is the when they do the fucking CDR.
Oh, yeah. And Dwight's got on his. That is hectic, yeah. Yes. Yeah, just defame me one more time. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, but I wasn't aiming for your eye. Freak. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that comment. I can see you in the mirror, boy. Go on, do it. Do it. Swim between the flags, boy. I appreciate your feedback, Dylan. Right, boy. Be careful what you're touching here, mate. You freak. Yeah, you don't want to see what just happened. But Dylan, you're a good man. I appreciate your support. Jason, where are we? Zeeble, Hind, Impey, all keepers to the end. Yeah, haven't they surprised? They have certainly surprised. Particularly Impey, he's just been outstanding. Clamp you up. Thoughts on these trades? Howe to Stewart and Campbell to McCreary. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Maybe McRae, but nothing wrong with those. Xavier, and if we have the cash, should we be looking at Brayshaw in the mids? I think so. I think it could be a nice M8 sort of option. So, yeah, definitely understand that, mate. Dean says Devin Robinson worth getting. Job security, perhaps iffy. You know, it's a pretty strong Brisbane lineup. I wouldn't rush him. Just he's not that cheap. I'd be more looking at McRae. And Clampy up, he's back. How shit is Jones being injured? What is another rookie instead of him? Well, stay tuned for my video tomorrow, mate. Hopefully I've answered it. If not already, you heard. But certainly once this video is posted up, it's been a topic of conversation. And, yeah, certainly in my video tomorrow, I'll dissect that. But I've talked about that one a lot today, so it won't be hard to find in about 10 minutes when I post this video. Dean, Shorty, how we going, mate? I'm good, mate. How are you travelling? Good to see you on board. And Clamp, he's back again. Sideways, Cripps to Walsh. I've never been a fan of sideways. No, neither am I. I hate a sideways trade. But sometimes you just got to sit back and go, look, this isn't working. And sometimes a sideways trade just has to happen. If you do too many of them, you'll be cooked and be halfway through the year and you'd be dying for trades. So you can't do too many, but sometimes we just got to do them. Jason, one thing we both have in common, Shorty, our sides are ranked mid 80,000s. Yes, well, that is true. We can't escape that, can we? But it's as bad as I've ever been ranked. You know, I'm not always up and about in the top 1,000, but I'm always there and about your reasonable ranks. But I tell you what, this year has been an absolute stinker. So going to try and fight back. Sam, only bad thing is I only got 21 trades left. Yeah, I'll be similar actually, which is not disaster. It's not always about how many trades you've got left, but whether the ones you've used have actually been good. Like I said, if there's too many wasteful ones, that's your issue. Jason, Will Simpkin come good. Well, welcome to my nightmare. Look, he's just being held in my side because I've got bloody heaps else to do. I still have faith that he can average well, but he's not going to be the pick that I had hoped for. And Sam says, I did Cripps to Walsh in round 3. Well, exactly. And that's an example of pulling the trigger very well. And that's worked out quite nicely for you. But thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It's been fun. B, hey, Shorty, hope you're doing well. Thanks, mate. Hope you're going all right, too. How do you think the Cats will go against the Eagles? I have a feeling Eagles might get up. Well, yeah, it's been as probably concerned about a Cats game down in Geelong as I've been for a long time. You know, it doesn't really matter who we play. Down here, you always enter pretty confident. So I'm concerned. Yeah, for sure. I'm actually working, which I'm spewing about. Very hard to tip against the Cats at home. The Eagles don't have Kennedy. I don't think they'll have Hearn. So they're not exactly full fitness either, but we are struggling. Geelong's really struggling. So, don't know. I enter purely as an optimistic fan. I don't have a stack of confidence in the way we're playing at the moment. Cheers, Sammy. Good man, Xavier. Sidebottom or Zorko better. I think Brayshaw or Sidebottom. I wouldn't be going Zorko, but I think either is going nicely. Jason, Jared Lyons outscored Neil this season. Yes, true. Well, it's not always about the overall score. I think Neil is showing some signs of his return. But we're going to wrap it up there. Appreciate all your support and your comments. Thanks if you've given a bit of a thumbs up. Thanks if you've given it a bit of a subscribe. But it's been a bit of fun today, actually. Just talking a bit of shit, talking a bit of Supercoach. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. Benny just sliding one in late, trying to get through to the keeper. But, thank you very much for everyone who has tuned in. Like I always do, we'll be back next week going live, and I'll have a video up at some stage tomorrow to sort of suss out exactly what you should be doing, probably largely around Lockie Jones. So if you missed anything or want to listen to this one back, it'll be posted up immediately once it finishes. So, yeah, much appreciated. I'll chat to you guys soon. Cheers.